Chapter 3. Concerning the perfect man and the perfectly free man. The perfect man is he who has fully comprehended the law, the doctrine, and the truth. Or, in other words, he who is endued with four things in perfection: good words, good deeds, good principles, the sciences. It is the business of the traveler to provide himself with these things in perfection, and by so doing he will provide himself with perfection. The perfect man has had various other names assigned to him, all equally applicable: elder, leader, guide, inspired teacher, wise, virtuous, perfect, perfecter, beacon, and mirror of the world. Powerful antidote, mighty elixir, Isa the raiser of the dead, Khizr the discoverer of the water of life, and Solomon who knew the language of birds. The universe has been likened to a single person, of whom the perfect man is the soul, and again to a tree, of which mankind is the fruit, and the perfect man the pith and essence. Nothing is hidden from the perfect man, for after arriving at the knowledge of God, he has attained to that of the nature and properties of material objects, and can henceforth find no better employment than acting mercifully towards mankind. Now there is no mercy better than to devote oneself to the perfection and improvement of others, both by precept and example. Thus the prophet is called in the Quran a mercy to the universe. But with all his perfection, the perfect man cannot compass his desires, but passes his life in consistent and unavoidable self-denial. He is perfect in knowledge and principle, but imperfect in faculty and power. There have indeed been perfect men possessed of power, such power as that which resides in kings and rulers, yet a careful consideration of the poor extent of man's capacities will shew that his weakness is preferable to his power, his want of faculty preferable to his possession of it. Prophets and saints, kings and sultans have desired many things and failed to obtain them. They have wished to avoid many things and have had them forced upon them. Mankind is made up of the perfect and the imperfect, of the wise and the foolish, of kings and subjects, but all are alike weak and helpless. All pass their lives in a manner contrary to their desires. This the perfect man recognizes and acts upon, and knowing that nothing is better for man than renunciation, forsakes all and becomes free and at leisure. As before he renounced wealth and dignity, so now he forgoes eldership and teachership, esteeming freedom and rest above everything. The fact is that though the motive alleged for education and care of others is a feeling of compassion and a regard for discipline, yet the real instigation is the love of dignity. As the prophet says, the last thing that is removed from the chiefs of the righteous is love of dignity. I have said that the perfect man should be endued with 4 things in perfection. Now the perfectly free man should have 4 additional characteristics: renunciation, retirement, contentment, and leisure. He who has the first 4 is virtuous, but not free. He who has the whole 8 is perfect, liberal, virtuous, and free. Furthermore, there are 2 grades of the perfectly free: those who have renounced wealth and dignity only, and those who have further renounced eldership and teachership, thus becoming free and at leisure. These again are subdivided into 2 classes: those who, after renunciation, retirement, and contentment, make choice of obscurity, and those who, after renunciation, make choice of submission, contemplation, and resignation. But the object of both is the same. Some writers assert that freedom and leisure consist in the former course, while others maintain that it is only to be found in the latter. Those who make choice of obscurity are actuated by the knowledge that annoyance and distraction of thought are the invariable concomitants of society. They therefore avoid receiving visits and presents, and fare them as they would venomous beasts. The other class, who adopt submission, resignation, and contemplation, do so because they perceive that mankind for the most part are ignorant of what is good for them, being dissatisfied with what is beneficial and delighted with circumstances that are harmful to them. As the Quran says, "Perchance ye may dislike what is good for you, and like what is hurtful to you." For this reason, they retire from society equally with the other class, caring little what the world may think of them. The eminent Sufis are divided in opinion as to which of these 2 courses is to be preferred.